In addition to hidden immigration fees and costs, you should not underestimate how much capital you're going to need in order to make your move abroad situation a reality. Living internationally has long been something only for the rich and fabulous, but arguably now there are so many other ways for you to access this dream. Today, companies and programs are sponsoring people from all walks of life. You just have to find the right solution for you. I'm Vanessa, and for the last 7 years, I've been living abroad in 3 different continents and 4 different countries. I've pulled together a decade worth of knowledge to create an end-to-end how to move abroad masterclass that anyone from anywhere can apply. Finding work abroad can be quite challenging. Just as it's difficult for non-Americans to come into America and find a job that's sponsored, it's equally difficult for us to go abroad as Americans and find sponsored work as well. However, specific countries and industries have more or less stringent requirements about what it takes to move abroad and get sponsorship. For example, in order to get sponsorship in the United Kingdom, a company needs to prove 2 things. First, a company needs to complete a resident labor market test, i.e., they need to prove that this settled person or immigrant can do a job that no one else in the United Kingdom who can already be there can do. That's why they need to hire a foreigner, and this is how you can get your visa. 2, the company in question needs to advertise this job for 28 days in order to prove that they gave a fair chance to already settled people in the United Kingdom, and still they had to hire the American because they couldn't find a suitable replacement. I've linked additional UK requirements down below. Restrictions for the resident labor market test makes it a little bit more difficult for companies to recruit foreigners and Americans, but not impossible. As you begin your move abroad process, you're gonna learn that moving abroad is all about tenacity. You have to want to be here because there's gonna be loads of hoops for you to jump through along the way, but it is so worth it. You have to want to be here, you have to want to execute different plans, and you have to believe that one day it's all gonna come together. The best way to begin any job search, whether that's abroad or domestically, is to figure out what makes you happy and how much do you need to support yourself and your family in this scenario. If you're a bit unsure about what you want to do, that's okay. This entire experience is about learning who you are and what you want from the world. Everyone experiences changes and different directions in their career. It's all part of the game. Moving abroad and reinventing yourself and your career is just part of the fun. Common expat jobs abroad would include teaching, both at an international school or teaching English, professional work and services in things like banking, tech, consulting, anything that you can really do in your own home country, medical or admin staff for NGOs, hospitals, or anyone in the field, volunteer or casual work as we discussed with the au pair jobs, woofing, or anything where you exchange labor for accommodation. And finally, entrepreneur opportunities. There are loads of entrepreneurial visas that will allow you to open a business in that specific country as long as you bring a certain amount of capital first. If you're struggling to find jobs online before you leave, don't panic. It's actually kind of easy to find work once you're on the ground because the expat community is so small. Just be advised that if you're coming to a country before securing a job, the salary is likely going to be more localized. So what that means is you'll still have a lucrative salary where you get to enjoy all the benefits of being a normal working person in that city, but it won't be the same inflated expat package situation that the bankers, tech workers, and even international educators enjoy. For me, I've actually always been on a local salary, and I've been able to live and travel all I could possibly want. Don't be discouraged by the lower salaries that you'll find abroad. Honestly, you can live super well on a much lower salary because the cost of living isn't as high and you have multiple social services that you can take advantage of. For example, the average London salary is £30,000. That's like $37,000 per year. Now in America, that would put you below the poverty line. But abroad, this is just the reality of the job market. As a result, The local prices seem to reflect that lower income. Food, transport, living, all tend to be a lot cheaper. If they're not, then that city tends to have higher salaries in order to reflect that. If you're willing to move abroad, you're going to need to swallow down whatever pride you might be coming with from America and understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so you are going to need to accept the pay cut. Your lifestyle might not even change despite making less money. The reality is the rest of the world doesn't make six-figure salaries, and they get on just fine. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to get notified about new videos every week.